Hello, friends. The whole video won't be like this. I'm just popping in real quick before I actually record. I'll let you know. This is early in the morning. If you're West Coast, it's the middle of the night. If you're East Coast, it's early in the morning. If you're somewhere else, it's probably not. Well, feel free. Get yourself cozy. Listen, I just put my kiddo into bed. Obviously, this isn't real time, or that'd be weird that I'm putting my kid to bed at like 6 in the morning. But get yourself cozy. Get your warm beverage, your coffee, your tea, whatever it may be, and come join me. Let's hang out. If you guys could only see the chaos that just ensued. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the channel. My name is Lindsay, and this is Life with Lindsay. This is a very weird angle. Who's that? That's DaddaMonster. Hi.
We're filming at my desk.
We're filming at his desk. Anyway, before we get really into like who he is and why he's here, or rather why I'm over here and not over. Also, I'd like to point out, this man is 13 inches taller than me, and I look like I am dwarfing him the way I'm sitting here. Anyway, hi. Say hi.
Hi. Sorry.
So I'm gonna move this.
If I needed this during the conversation.
Oh my goodness. There's gonna be a lot of that, I can tell you right now.
Sorry.
Anyway, hi. Hello, everybody. Welcome. The train has already got off the rails. Before we get super into it, sickness has hit our house hard in the last month. I currently have a lovely cold that I have lovingly passed on to my husband and our tiny human. So if you hear us sniffling or taking drink breaks, that's what that is. But if you are here and you're wondering, who are you? Hi, I'm Lindsay. We are here for the Christmas premieres. If you guys do not know what they are, I'm really glad that you're here. I am kicking it off this year. How exciting is that? This is our third or fourth year that we've been doing this. Let me tell you what it is first. So, huge shout out to Crashly. If you guys don't know Crashly, she is who put this together this year. Pippa used to run it, and then Crashly stepped in and took over, and huge shout out. And I will make sure to link the playlist for you guys below, and me and or my mods will post them throughout the day here in the chat. Okay, rewind. What is the Christmas premiere, you ask? So, this is 3 days. Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and the day after Christmas or Boxing Day, depending on where you were from. So the 24th, 25th, 26th. It is, each creator has their own hour time slot, and they are pre-recorded videos, but we are all live in the chat. So if you are in the chat right now, say, hey, I'm here. He might be here, depending on if he's sleeping or not.
Watch this, I'm saying Scooby-Doo right now.
No. Maybe he is. We'll see. If he did, let's leave a bunch of like dog emojis. Anyway, so how it works is each creator gets an hour time slot, and we are here to spend the day with you. If you are somebody who is alone on the holidays, whether it is by choice or by circumstance, we are here to keep you company. If you are alone because you can't be with your loved ones, we are here to keep you company. If you are alone because you are preparing that meal for your family and you don't want people in your kitchen, we are here for you. We are here for those who are going through the hard times. We are here for those who are having a great time and just want the company. Whatever it is, that's what we are here for. And if you guys watch these videos through the playlist, which again will be linked down below and in the chat, it'll autoplay into the next video. Laura from Anxiety Art Adventures is after me. So if you just finish my video through the playlist, it'll autoplay right into hers. This video will be up. You can watch the replay at any time. We will not be live in the chat forever, though. We will only be live in the chat from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Christmas Eve 2023. My daughter is super into learning the dates, so 2023. Anyway, so that's what this is. As I mentioned, I am Lindsay. This is my channel, Life with Lindsay. I do mainly crafting and some other... mainly diamond painting and some other crafting related content. I am just realizing, this is really, you guys, if you don't know my husband in real life, this is going to probably mean nothing to you, but I look like I have a giant head, and my husband has like a normal size head, but in reality...
I'm like 4 feet behind you.
And my husband has a humongous head. We love it!
I mean, like...
and the last time you guys...
That way you can see, like, I am actually
He also has giant hands. Like,
than in real.
Put your hand back up to mine. Like...
I have giant gorilla patties.
The last time you guys saw him...
Sorry, didn't mean to go to the
No, he had very, very long hair.
I did.
But for people who don't know who you are you?
Hi. I'm DaddaMonster. My name's Brian.
Yes.
I make custom Funko Pops.
Yep.
I do have a YouTube channel, but I haven't posted.
Everything's listed down below. It's always listed down below.
I mostly list on Instagram, so if you're
That's true.
Instagram,
I share his stuff a lot, but he has been a part of the crafting community videos with me for a while. So much so many of you love him. If you'd like to see it, he has his own playlist, and I will link that for you up in the
well
eye.
over 1 million views.
Not even close, but
In Sri Lanka.
I don't even know if our videos play. If you are from Sri Lanka, let us know down
Leave
below.
a Sri Lanka emoji down below.
But there are a lot of people who really enjoy when he's on my channel. We tend to do videos like this together because, if you guys don't know, we are an interfaith family, or at least interfaith by birth. And, it's great to have multiple perspectives. And also, I couldn't fill up a whole hour on anything Christmas related that you guys would want to hear. I mean, I could, but not that you'd want to hear. Anyway, before we get super into this, I did want to mention, I will have the link again down in the description, and it will be dropped throughout the chat here over the next hour. One of our own, Debbie Gets Crafty. If you guys don't know her, check her out. I will link her channel down below as well. She unfortunately lost her home due to recent tornadoes, and Crashly has set up a GoFundMe. Please, please, please contribute if you can. If you can't contribute, that's okay too, but just share it. Sharing it, spreading the word is the easiest way to get people to jump on board to anything that you have to do.
It's 100% free.
Absolutely. So, our hearts are with Debbie and her family, and we hope there is a very sharp knife facing me right now.
We don't hope
like,
there's a very sharp knife.
This is literally sitting here. My husband...
she found my trap.
It's like, I got like power tools around. There's a butter knife. None of this exists over on my station. I have sharp tweezers, so that's about the extent of it. But anyway...
I also have tweezers over here.
They were probably for me.
Yeah, they were.
So, anyway, sorry about that. But please, go support Debbie, and if you can't contribute... share the word. So, I'm going to start this off with something not related to the holidays. Forgot to mute my tablet. That's what that is. We're going to talk about fun facts. A fun fact about me is that I used to have a foot-high mohawk. And we actually started dating when I had a mohawk. We didn't meet when I had a mohawk. But a very interesting fun fact about my husband, and he knows exactly what I'm going to say here, is that my husband is a mutant and has never in his entire 46 years on this earth ever had chapped lips.
Never.
Ever. Mm-mm. Meanwhile, I don't drink enough water and like my lips crack from the inside.
Nope. Chapstick, I am not their ideal.
Mm-mm. Neither has his mother, by the way.
Yeah. We're hoping my daughter.
No, she definitely has chapped lips because
it ends with me.
Yeah, it begins and ends with you. Well, I guess it begins with your mom, but and your brother has had chapped lips. You just don't. It's very, very weird. Tell us a fun fact about you down below. That's usually one of those things when people are like, tell us something nobody would ever know about you, or tell us something that you think you're the only person in this room that's ever done. Which I actually saw that today on Facebook.
When you had a foot-high mohawk, it looks like from this angle, you would have been like 6 feet taller than me.
Well, I would have only had like 3 inches of it in the camera.
True.
But yes, I did. I had it didn't start out that long. It was...
You weren't born with it?
It was like this long, like little shark fin when I started. It was many moons ago. And I actually only grew it out because we were getting married and I needed my hair to look nice in wedding photos. Which my hair looked very nice in the wedding photos. Yeah. That we never actually...
We own them. We just never went through the 1,200 of them.
Right, and then
13 that we like.
You guys, it's crazy story. And if you're a photographer out there, let's chat.
Leave a camera in the top. No. Oh. Sorry.
He's probably going to tell you guys to leave a bunch of random things there. But no, seriously. We reached out to the photographer like years later, and he was like, oh, like, I don't know if I still have access to those photos. But then he wanted to charge us like $12,000 on top of what we had already paid. And I was like, $1,200 I could understand, but $12,000 1,000. They were like, the technology is different. I'm like, I didn't ask you to edit them up to 2023 standards. I just want what you already have, but in an album.
And we didn't get them done in Polaroids, so it's not like it was digital, just like it's digital now.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's okay. So that's a fun fact. Do you have any pet peeves? I know you do.
Me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, absolutely.
How much time do you have? No, I'm just kidding.
Repeating myself. It's a huge pet peeve of mine.
And he lives with 2 neurodivergent girls.
Yeah.
Me and my daughter.
Yeah. So.
And so it's constantly having to repeat himself because we both need that time to process what has been said.
Privilege. I would say people feel they have privilege for no reason.
He works in retail, if you didn't tell. Yeah. People who don't use turn signals.
Or deodorant. No, I don't care if you don't use deodorant.
I mean, I was going to say, like, I don't have to be trapped with them.
Yeah, that's true.
Also, there's some people who wear deodorant that are quite pungent.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't like obnoxious smells. Like, I don't like lavender.
Do you like gasoline?
I'm not one of those people that's like, oh my God. But also, I'm not like...
I don't think anybody's like, oh my God, gasoline.
Oh my God, there's still pink in my hair?
People who like the smell of gasoline are more susceptible to be addicted to drugs. Yeah.
The more you know.
That's what TikTok taught me this week.
Fun fact.
Next week.
Only one of us is on TikTok.
It's me.
So he sends me TikTok videos to my Instagram. Or TikTok videos to my Facebook Messenger while we're sitting in the same room. Sometimes in the same bed. Just, you know.
Yeah.
You can follow him on TikTok.
True.
Do you still post on TikTok?
My last video.
Just follow him on Instagram.
My last video I shared on TikTok and Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get into holiday stuff.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I have little notes here, you guys. Excuse me. Family traditions. Like holiday traditions, not like on Tuesdays you do the laundry. For me, I grew up and am still a practicing Jew. And for me, obviously I had like our family traditions for Hanukkah, which usually consisted of like, when I was little, my parents did like a different gift each night. But as I got older, we would go to my cousin's house, and there was always one night where we would have like the traditional dishes of matzo balls and latkes. We never had sufganiyot, which are just jelly donuts. As a kid, I feel like I do more of that traditional stuff now. So like when we celebrate Hanukkah as a family, we light the candles every night. We don't do the daily gifts. You guys will hear me talking about this later. I'm not a really big gift person. And not because I don't like gifts. I've come to the conclusion that I am just a terrible gift giver. It's either I have zero idea what to get somebody or I have like the best intentions and it just flops. Like I got him a gift years ago before like induction chargers were a thing. I got him one and I was assured it would work with his devices. It worked with nothing that he owned, but wouldn't you know, worked with my phone, my Game Boy. That's how long ago this was. And like my digital camera or something stupid. I was like, really? Really? He couldn't even use it. And I was like, okay, well, there's not really a point in returning it. You know, like, the intentions were good. But anyway, but did you guys have any, like, Christmas traditions? Was Christmas Eve or Christmas Day bigger for you growing up?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
So, Christmas Day was bigger. My mother growing up, they always did open their gifts on Christmas Eve. And then they, did like Christmas dinner Christmas Day. We tried to do that one year and we were all like, no, we like it better Christmas morning.
Did you guys do anything on Christmas Eve then?
No, not really. As I've gotten older, my mom goes to church on Christmas Eve again. I don't know if she still does.
I don't think she has for many years now.
I mean, she has to drive pretty far to do it now, but you know, and my mother's older. You know, she's almost 80, so I mean, she doesn't really want to drive at night and or drive that late, so I don't blame her. But for a while she was going to Christmas Eve service. We never did that as a kid. As she got older, she went, and I'd go with her sometimes. But yeah.
Did your brothers go with you or just you?
Just me.
Your dad didn't go?
No. Well, it was after they divorced that she would do it. So.
Did you have any like household traditions?
Not for Christmas Eve.
For like the Christmas season?
Christmas season, the Saturday after Thanksgiving, we would decorate the tree and decorate the house.
Real or fake?
Fake. Oh, we did a real 1 year, and then like we were like never again. So.
Oh my god. My husband has the vent, the only vent on our 3rd floor over here, and it just kicked on, and I was like,
oh, it'll get real toasty for you.
I don't want it to get toasty though. Right now it's nice and cool, but okay, so listen, I've never had a tree ever, and I had a friend, a neighbor, who let me come and help her decorate when I was an adult. But I see all these horror stories of people who buy like real trees, and if you don't like vacuum them out or shake them out or whatever, that like they bring critters into your home. Like, nope. I'm good. That's, if he could have one Christmas thing in the house, I think it would be a tree.
Yeah.
I've made it very clear. There will be no Hanukkah bush. There will be no Christmas tree. We don't celebrate Christmas, which is probably fitting that I'm wearing a Grinch shirt. This is part of the Hershey's collection. It's not available for sale, so I don't know why I just said that. But anyway, so...
We'll autograph it and send it.
No, we won't. Okay, so...
You leave a Grinch emoji.
You had a fake tree. Was it pre-lit, or did you have to put lights on it?
Oh, we had to completely decorate it. And for a while, we actually had a fake tree that had, like, the fake snow on it.
Oh.
I can tell you the...
Did you have one, or did you have, like, multiple trees?
Trees? Just one.
Okay.
My grandmother, when she was alive and lived with us, she had a little tree over in her part, too. My grandmother had a house adjoining to our house. It was an addition built onto it.
Now it's getting toasty.
And it was Saturday after Thanksgiving, and like when I was young, it was great because I wasn't in charge of bringing these heavy boxes down a spiral staircase. But then as I got older, I was then in charge of walking heavy boxes down the spiral stair. But I mean, it was great because like I really enjoyed it. It was like one of those fun things. I always enjoyed it more than my brothers per se. But
he's the baby.
I am. And but I remember our tree, and I also remember we had this like ceramic tree that was about 14 inches, 16 inches tall, and it had like the fake snow on it, but it also had glitter built into it, the fake snow, so it like glistened. But then it had these little lights, so it had lights going the whole way through it, but you'd be able to pull these lights in and out and interchange them.
Like light bright.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay, so did you guys like decorate the tree like the same every year?
With the same ornaments, yes, but like we had different ornaments.
So did you guys do colored lights or like white lights?
We've done both, but mostly color lights. And then like there would always be those ornaments that are like, you know, like me when I was in kindergarten, you know, and like Santa's stomach or something. You know.
The best was our old like apartment a couple apartments ago. We had rope lights out on our balcony, and they were out there for I don't know, like 2 years, and then they called us from the front desk, and they were like, "So you guys have to take your Christmas decorations down." And we're like,
"Wasn't you didn't even put them up?"
No, they were there when I moved in.
Yeah.
And I was like, "What Christmas decorations?" They're like, "The lights that you have out on your porch." I'm like, "They've literally been there for like years now." And it was one of those things, we just didn't have an outdoor light, so anytime we went out on the balcony, they just stayed on. I think I don't think we ever unplugged them. No. I was just like, sorry, this is like a true embodiment of like what ADHD is. Like literally interrupting everything. Were there any traditions that you had as a kid that you wanted to carry on as an adult? Whether it was like you as a grown-up or like you with your family?
Well, I mean, the decorating of a tree, that was always like my favorite part because it kind of signified the start of the holiday season for me anyway.
So you guys would have your tree up before December then? Yeah,
it was the Saturday after Thanksgiving.
Okay.
And we always went to my aunt's for Thanksgiving. And then, at school.
When we started dating, I used to go with him to his aunt's. And then circumstances changed, and unfortunately people passed, and It was so overwhelming when we first started dating because I don't come from a large family. I have a bunch of siblings, but I don't have like a ton of cousins. Whereas he has like a million first cousins, and it is getting hot over here, you guys. You can see it on me, like I'm getting red. I'm having trouble.
I'll turn it off. Yeah.
I was gonna say, can you turn your little fan on?
Yeah, but that's gonna be noisy. So let me just turn that off for you.
So you wanted to do the tree?
Yeah, the tree, and then even the one thing that we do, and the one thing that we do is we make Christmas about family, not about the presents, and we even do that. So I mean, that was very important to me. I never wanted it to be about gifts. I mean, when you're a kid, it's about gifts.
Okay, before we get super into this, I literally have this as the second thing that I wanted to talk about, and I forgot. This video is for adults only. So if you've got little ones around you, pop in your earbuds, because we are going to be talking about the big guy here in a little bit, and I don't want to be ruining the magic for anyone. So, for you, we could talk about this more. Actually, let's talk about it more when we get to that part.
Okay. I'm along for the ride.
Okay. Just because I know if I jump to that, I'm gonna never come back to the rest of the page here that I have.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I'm not an organized person. He can vouch for that. If you guys see this,
with Lindsay.
I'm not even organized. I just like to have things planned out. But you can see behind us, everything looks nice, and when you guys see me filming, it looks nice behind me. But if you literally pan the camera down, it's just crap everywhere.
Very nice, very evil.
Is that yours or is that?
Yes, that's my dad.
No, not the one you made.
Oh no, that's the one.
Anyway, sorry, you guys. But also we're huge Ninja Turtle collectibles. I mean, collectors, and that's just one of our many racks of turtle collectibles. Anyway, so, what would you say are our holiday traditions now? Obviously, they don't have to necessarily be Christmas traditions, because, again, we don't celebrate Christmas. We usually go to, if we're invited, to my brother-in-law's house for Christmas, where everybody always insists on giving her a Christmas gift, even though we don't celebrate Christmas.
Which we don't tell her it's a Christmas gift.
But they do, and
I don't think they do. They just
and listen, we've had a couple situations where part of it is that you have family members who just want to gift. Part of it is that you have family members who don't understand that Hanukkah is not about that. But we've had aunts and uncles really try to push for gifts for the holidays. And I'm listen. And the one thing that I remember, when she was an infant, people made a really big deal. They're well, her cousins are going to open gifts and she's going to be very upset. And I was listen, her cousin, her youngest cousin that is at this house is a senior in high school. So whatever he's opening for Christmas, she's not interested in. She does not care about the gift cards or the cell phones or whatever. She's just yay, a doll. Anyway, but what would you say are our holiday traditions?
In general, I mean, like you were saying, it's hanging out with my brother and his family, and usually my brother's wife's family's there too.
I mean, as I mentioned, we try to. We now have multiple menorahs, and one is hers, and one it was actually my parents' that was gifted to me, and I would like to light both of them every night, but I often don't have enough candles because it's impossible to find things around here. Yeah. And we would do the one night where we specifically make matzo ball soup and latkes. But I would say another family tradition that we have during the holiday season is lights.
From beginning to end, how many candles does one menorah use?
Oh my God. So, well, do math for me.
Yeah.
So the first night is 2.
Yep. That's 3.
Yeah. And then 4, and then 5, and then 6, and then 7, then 8, and then 9.
Oh, okay. Well, that's 17.
It's 124 something.
30.
I think it's 144 candles.
No, because you're doing 2 and 3 is 5, plus 4 is 9, plus 5 is 14, plus 6 is 20, plus 7 is 27, plus 8 is 35, plus 9 is 44.
Well, I said 144. Okay, so I was 100 off.
Close.
I knew there was a 44 on there.
You should be a weatherman.
No, okay, so there's a house that we like to go to. We haven't gone to it yet this year. That does a really cool light display. Like one of those ones where you like turn your radio to like some random AM station. We really like doing that. So let me rewind. Halloween is like a huge deal for us. I have always been a Halloween person. We are raising a Halloween kid. Like we have Halloween decorations up year round. Like we've the Boo Crew outside, which are these little ghosties. Super, super cute. So of course she's going to love seeing Halloween lights and inflatables and then Christmas lights and inflatables because it's all the same thing. You know, it's, oh my God, look at that thing blowing up in the yard. Oh my God, look at all the lights. So we like to go see the lights. And sometimes there's neighborhoods that are really well done that we'll drive through. But mostly we go to that one house this year. So for anyone who doesn't know, we live in Central PA. And Hershey Park has a trolley tour called Sweetlights. And they do the trolley tour through the light display.
Normally you drive your car.
Right. And we've done that before. And it was fine. Okay. I'm not going to deter people from doing it. But it is very expensive. And like it's more cost effective if you have a bunch of people that are in your car and you can split the cost with. But when it's a family of 3, it's not really cost effective.
They charge per car.
And we don't need to go into the specifics of like the costs and stuff. But for us, we had done it and we've been talking about, I really wanted to do the trolley tour here. I've never done it. He's done it. My daughter hasn't done it. And I said, well, why don't we do that? Do the trolley tour and do it through the Sweetlights. So we did. And at the end of this video, we will be putting up a video of a couple minutes of it. It's really unfortunate. I had 2 videos that I took. One was the entire trolley or tally, as my daughter kept calling it. Everybody was singing the 12 Days of Christmas because they have the 12 Days of Christmas lights where they have each individual bird as a light, and it was great, but the video file somehow got corrupt when I uploaded it to Google Photos and took it off my phone. So I'm going to mute the audio for that and just put regular audio underneath because I don't want YouTube to flag it. But that will happen at the end of the video. So when that comes on, if you see that and you're like, I'm not really super interested in that, just let it run in the background while you make sure you go get yourself a cup of coffee, go do a potty break, whatever it is that you need to do to get ready for Laura's video. But that will be coming up, and we loved doing that, and then we got to try different Hershey's Kisses while we were doing it, and it was very theatrical, but we really love seeing decorations with her. And I said to her, you know, she's on that line of like, I know mommy doesn't like all the Christmas stuff. And it's not that I don't like the Christmas stuff. It's just really confusing when you're a kid who doesn't celebrate Christmas and everyone around you does. And I understand that because I was a kid who grew up in the world, but I grew up in an area that was much more highly populated with Jewish people than there are here. Like I jokingly say that I doubled the population in our county when I had her, just to like tell you, like, there's really nobody else here. But I would say that another like family tradition is this is like the 3rd or 4th year that we've watched the Home Alone movies.
Yeah. You guys tend to watch not Bewitched. What are they called over Hocus Pocus?
Yes. We do some fun holiday movies, but I think this is the 3rd year we've done Home Alone 1 and 2. Mm-hmm. I think it was last year the year before we watched like 3 and 4, and then we found out there was another one and we watched that one last year, I think. For us, unfortunately, sickness hit our house and I was unable to like parent. So, I'm not a screen mom, and not because I'm superior or I think I'm better than anyone, but simply because my kid can't transition to the next thing. So I was like, guess what? After your nap, we're going to watch a movie. And then I was like, tomorrow we're going to watch the next one.
I was at work. It's not
yeah.
I was not like I was just like, no, well. I've worked 6 days in a row.
No, and shout out to him because so the last wave of sickness, he had a stomach virus that he passed on to us, and it hit us at the same time. So, like, I could barely help because I was dying. And so he took care of both of us. And then this time, this is the first time in like 4.5 days that I'm actually like willingly up and moving.
I'm going to tell a quick story about the stomach virus.
Oh,
okay. So
do we need a trigger warning?
No. I told my coworkers this. I go, I am better with the blood, the scrapes, the cuts, the needles than you are with that stuff. You're much better with that other stuff. Like,
I'm not good with any of that.
No, but you're better than I am. So I said, typically you'd be the one cleaning that up because I don't do well with that. And I said, but I had to clean it up. And I go, so I've learned from a young age when I'm going to gag or I have, to help me get through it, I make this noise, the So
which super freaks out our kid.
Well, which I explained to my daughter before I go, baby girl, you're going to hear me making very mean noises. I want you to know I'm not mad at you. And in no way is this anger. It's just what daddy needs. And by the second time I did it, she understood. But like the first time she's just staring at me as I'm,
Yeah, I could hear her from the other room. No, but you know what? I'm going to go off on a bigger tangent to tell you how little he likes to clean up that kind of stuff. Many, many, many moons ago, he got sick at a house party that we had. We weren't even married yet. And he got sick and he was like, I don't know what to do. And our friend is like, move out of the way. I've got 5 kids. I'm coming in. And she was like, I'm going to clean it up. And I was like, thank you. I don't want to touch it. But let me tell you now, I am not coming to your party and I'm not cleaning up after you. Like, I don't even want to do it for my own kid. Oh, man. But I would say, like, another... and I fail to call this, like, a Christmas tradition or a Hanukkah. Like, I would just say holiday season tradition. Our daughter is a figure skater, which if you guys have been here before, you hear me talking about all of the figure skating, and I'm going to be talking about it again in a little bit here, but this will be the first time I actually share footage of her skating, so stay tuned for that. And if you would like to see that, let's see some ice skates down in the chat. But I would say our daughter keeps requesting to skate outdoors. One day I would love to take her to New York to let her skate. I looked at the prices, it's like almost $30 to ice skate. But we don't ice skate, but we still have to pay to be there. And I'm like,
I thought you meant just for her to
yeah, no, we still have to pay for like a ticket because under a certain age, like they can't be unattended. I'm like, she's not unattended, but they're like, you still have to pay for like a companion, whatever it is. Anyway, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I'm not really trying to go. Absolutely not. But anyway, so last year they built an outdoor rink at a local mall, and she got to go. And this year we're looking at. We wanted to go Bethlehem, like birthplace of Jesus, Bethlehem. Just kidding, Pennsylvania. They had this huge Christmas outdoor market, and they have a skating rink, and so we were going to try to do both, but then they shut it down like the week before Christmas, and I'm like, well, it would have been nice to do it like a couple days before Christmas because we would have been off. But so we found a rink in Maryland, and we are going down to Baltimore for something very soon, so we're hoping to take her there. But I feel like that's like a new-ish tradition that we're trying to do. Like, I am not a baking person. Like, shout out to Erica from Kevin's Creations. Many years ago, I came to her house and I helped her bake, and by helped her bake, I put like 4 ingredients in a bowl, and then I ate a shit ton of cookies. Which, if anybody would like to send me cookies, actually, don't send me cookies. But Erica, I will gladly come and taste cookies again. Anyway, okay, so then let's talk about ice skating. So, as we mentioned, we have a kiddo. If you guys aren't new here, we have a child who is in kindergarten. And she has been ice skating for about 2.5 years now. And this past month, this December, was her very first showcase, and she also performed in the Nutcracker on Ice. Now, if you guys are new to me and you found me through this playlist, like, woohoo! Definitely come hang out. There's lots of shenanigans here, but I do not share our child's image online. Occasionally you'll see like a photo of her from behind or with her head down or something like that, or
like a smiley face over her
yeah, face. But I don't share her face.
I barely know what she looks like.
If you guys want to know what she looks like, true story.
Me without a beard.
With my coloring, because everyone's like, she looks just like you. She looks nothing like me, guys. She looks nothing like me. She just has my coloring. But anyway, so she just turned 6 and she's been skating since she was 3.5. And we've had a competition program for a while now. And, we actually were supposed to compete last month, oddly enough, in Bethlehem. Which that rink wasn't open at that time, or that would have been a cool thing to be like, well, at least we can go do that instead. I think we got sick that weekend anyway. But, so we've just been working on this program, and then this past Learn to Skate session, we signed up for the Nutcracker. So she had, 2 months of Nutcracker rehearsals, and if you guys have ever seen the ballet, it's the same thing, but on ice. And it is everything from Snowplow Sam, which are the kids that are like ages like 3 to 6, all the way up through those who are highly competitive. So for our rink, excuse me, they had Snowplow Sam. Then they have the Learn to Skate skaters, figure skaters, and the Learn to Skate hockey skaters. And then you have the Aspire program, which is the next step up through your basic skills. And then you have those who are in the Axel Club, which means that they can hit all of their singles. And then those who are in the doubles, which means they can hit all of their double jumps. And then some of the coaches. So it was a huge crowd. It was absolutely fantastic. Our kiddo did an incredible job. She was in 2 different scenes, 2 different costume changes, which were insane. And for us, like, we didn't know if she was going to remember her choreography or if she was going to, participate. we didn't know. So for us, we got a really good chance to see her, kind of do what she can do. And a lot of family members came, friends came. It was really fantastic. It was an absolute blast.
She did great.
She did fantastic.
Personally and
yes. And I had coaches and other parents come up to me afterwards. They had parent volunteers that said to me, she listened, she behaved, she did everything we asked. They put her in charge of keeping an eye on the Nutcracker. Sure. So at one point, I couldn't see it because I was on the other side, but my family, my husband was on the bleachers on this side and I was over here, and she was supposed to go one way, she went the other way, and everybody...
She was supposed to be on the ice, and she, just noped out. She was like, nope, and she went back behind.
And it was because that's where the Nutcracker was.
One coach went after her, and I thought he was bringing her out. Next thing you know, she's skating out with the Nutcracker.
And so we wanted to share some of that footage with you guys here, but due to respect for other parents, I wasn't going to share somebody else's child, especially without their knowledge. We live in a crazy world, and, I get asked fairly regularly, why don't you guys post her and all these things? And, the short answer is that there's just a lot of crazy out there. And this is just my way of protecting her. So I am, hyper vigilant about it. And you guys will see the video that I do share with you guys, which hopefully YouTube doesn't mute the video music, the audio, which if it did, it's from Willy Wonka, but it'll just be silent over that part, and then audio will come back afterwards. Is I couldn't actually zoom in while she was doing it because I was trying to actually watch her skate. So it's far enough away that you guys can just see the silhouette and seeing her do her moves. Our daughter is basic level skater. Don't be expecting to see her doing axles or anything like that. But I think it's impressive what she can do at 6. So we're going to insert that video for you guys here, and we'll see you guys on the flip side.
Let's all welcome to the ice our next skater, Briar.
Welcome back. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Again, that was her program. That's what she will do when she actually competes in that dress to that music, if you heard the music. Which, fun fact, we watched Willy Wonka tonight. I did say it was from Willy Wonka, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
did she recognize it?
Immediately. She's like, that's my program music. She also loved the music. Also said if she won tickets to go to the Wonka factory, she would take mommy. And so my husband was like, what the heck? My husband is very much the savory guy, and I'm the sweets person. He's like, I bet you, well, what happens if we go to the chip factory? So I was like, I don't know, let me ask her. So I go, hey, baby girl, if you want tickets to go to, like, the chip factory, who would you take with you? She goes, I would also take you. I was like, what the heck?
Betrayal.
But, so, yeah, we're super, super proud of her. I hope that you guys enjoyed that. I know a lot of people have asked me if I was planning on sharing the video or anything like that, and I'll probably do, like, a Cliff's Notes version of that on Instagram. But,
we'll share when we can.
Right.
Yeah. And
at the end of the day, we discussed it, posting that, and then I know I can't legally have my child consent to it, but I asked her, are you okay with mommy talking about it and with mommy showing it and all that stuff? And she's like, yeah, I'm okay with that. And, like, I think in her mind, she's probably like, oh my God, share it, please. Like, she wants people to see it. But so that, I'm hoping that we can incorporate more ice skating stuff into our yearly traditions. We don't ice skate. I went ice skating with her a year ago. It was the first time in like 20-something years I put ice skates on. I fell. I sprained my ankle. Pretty sure I broke my tailbone.
Last time I went ice skating
was
walking my mom's schnauzer and slipping down steps and breaking my elbow. So I will never, ever go ice skating. And that wasn't ice skating. I was just walking outside.
Yeah.
I don't do ice.
No, he doesn't do ice or water sports. That's supposed to be mine. He's like, I'll do land sports. But the funny thing is she's like not interested in land sports.
She wants to try t-ball again next year. And she likes basketball.
T-ball was a nightmare. Just for everyone out there. Also, totally random. I do have eyebrows.
What?
Eyebrows? I'm looking at myself in the camera. You guys, I am slowly running out of water.
Leave some eyebrows down in the chat.
Stop.
If you leave Lindsay's, you just leave nothing.
I was going to say, somebody's probably going to put like a caterpillar or something. Okay, so we mentioned earlier that we're going to be talking about the big guy. And I don't mean this guy. Somebody who didn't grow up with Santa. I have a lot of thoughts. Actually, we just took our daughter to... there's a Santa in, like, the center of town here. It's literally a shed, and like you go
like a small shed,
like,
not a big shed.
Right. Not like a she shed.
It reminds you of possibly one of the bigger porta potties you see.
Which, oddly enough, there's a porta potty right behind it. And I was like, well, that must suck for Santa.
Bigger than Santa's shed.
Santa can't use the restaurant's toilet. Like, he has to go to the porta potty. But, so they had this event where you could meet Santa. He's there every weekend. But this particular day, they allowed us to also come for free and meet the reindeer, which we did. Did you send me those pictures?
I
know
don't
you
think
did not.
so.
Okay.
I don't think
Were
so.
they any good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we got to meet a reindeer. That was cool. And our daughter, who does not celebrate Christmas, but is super into reindeer, said to us, that reindeer doesn't have a red nose. That's not Rudolph. Now, I wanted to say to her, which one is it? But then I was like, I don't know if she knows any of the other reindeers' names. And there's Donner and Blitzen. Do you know the other reindeer's name?
Donna Dixon. On Cupid, on...
Dasher, on Prancer.
Comet.
Blitzen.
How
many are there?
8. With Rudolph or without Rudolph? I don't know.
Let us know your favorite reindeer down below.
If it's Donna Dixon, you get extra points.
Anyways, let's talk about Santa here. Okay. I did not grow up like going to meet Santa or anything like that. I don't know how my parents handled it with me because I was far too old when someone at school told me that Santa was not real. I'm just reminding you guys, I hope that you have your earbuds in if there's littles around you.
Content warning.
I mean, I did mention it multiple times, so like I don't want to get like hate messages that they were listening to my video at like 5 o'clock in the morning and I ruined Santa for them. I guess I'll be your scapegoat. Anyway, I was like way too old when I found out. And then I just remember looking at my classmate and being like, so what? You're going to tell me the Easter Bunny's not real too? And they were like, Lindsay. And I was like, what? I don't think my parents ever said to me, like, he's real, he's not real, anything like that. It was just one of those things that, like, he just doesn't come to our house, but he goes to other people's houses. It's like, oh, okay. Our daughter went to an ice skating event with Santa recently, and she was very freaked out. As soon as he came out on the ice, she's like, I'm all done. I was like, you all right? And she's like, I want to go. And I was like, you don't have to skate near him. And she's like, oh, I don't? I was like, no. We teach our daughter... she has complete body autonomy. So like if we did go to see Santa and she didn't want to sit on his lap, I wouldn't be like, go sit on his lap. Now listen, this is something I want to talk about. Here's where I'm going to get on my soapbox for a couple of things. I do not understand why as a culture, we not only force our children to sit on a strange man's lap for a photo, but then why do we exploit these children by posting photos of them terrified? Because nobody's really excited about the pictures of like, look at little Susie sitting on Santa's lap, so cute. They like the ones of the children that are like terrified and screaming. And I'm like, I don't understand. Why are we subjecting children to this?
Same reason they did the thing where they threw bologna, or no, it's cheese.
Oh my God. And if you did that, like... Please do not be your kid's first bully. Please, 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 please. I don't understand. And I know there are people out there that are going to be like, it's because you didn't grow up with it. And I'm like, maybe, but also, like, I definitely am, like, a bleeding heart kind of person, and I don't...
And I did grow up with it, and I still wouldn't take her.
Your mom does not seem like the kind of mom, though, that if you were like, I do not want to sit on his lap, that she would be like, you sit on his lap right now.
No.
She would have been like, stand next to him then.
Yeah, I think, like, I wasn't very old when we stopped doing it. Like, I'd probably guess I was probably like 6 or 7 maybe when we stopped doing it, maybe even younger.
How did you find out Santa wasn't real?
My parents called me, or my mom and my grandmother called me into the kitchen while they were making Christmas dinner and let me know.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
So it wasn't like a kid at school. I wasn't sure what your brother said.
No. I don't think I was all that old when they told me. I might have been 8, 9, something like that.
Now, when they had that conversation with you,
yeah,
because I don't think our kid is far off from realizing this is not real.
Yeah.
Did they tell you to continue that magic for any of your friends?
Well, they told me not to tell anybody.
Okay.
Which, let's face it, like, so is he really not real? Because you asked me not to conduct a survey with everybody.
No, because like our daughter made a comment. I forget what it was, and I remember saying it to you. I was like, I don't think she's that far off from like not believing. I think she's picked up because she doesn't have those experiences. That the few times she's interacted with Santa, even at a distance, like it's not the same person. He's not wearing the same thing. Like, but anyway, I also want to talk about, I want to go from Santa to like Santa gifts. This is where I know I'm going to ruffle a few feathers. This is one of there's a few soapbox things that I get on all the time. Like you'll hear me talking about like, get off the back of a small shop for their shipping process because they can't control that. Did Santa wrap gifts differently in your house than your parents? Like, did you know that, like, oh, that wrapping paper meant Santa?
No, it was...
That's a weird concept.
We had the name things on them that said, like, from Santa,
okay,
or from Mom and Dad, or from Mimi, which was my grandmother.
In your house,
yeah,
did the big ticket items come from Santa or your parents?
My parents. Santa would get me, like, you don't get underwear and socks every year, but he would get me, like, the sweater, or, something that may have been, like, Christmas or holiday oriented. I think... Like my stocking stuff, which is usually like small stuff, would be from Santa.
Which, time out real quick. If you are the husband and you are watching this, please make sure that you don't leave your wife's stocking unstuffed. Continue.
Whoa, was that like a...
No, not at all. I don't...
No, I know.
Because we've had this conversation. Like, it blows my mind. Like, he would never in a million years expect me to take care of, like, the gifts for, like, our kid, all the family members, and then stuff my own stocking. Okay, so we're, like, super running out of time, but I'm going to give you guys my big thing here, and I guess that's going to be our farewell, before you guys watch the video of us on the tally, as my daughter calls it. If you are somebody who is blessed enough to come from a family where Santa and your parents can afford to give you gifts, okay? This is for people who are parents or grandparents. Like, please, please, please keep this in mind. There are millions of kids in this world who live far below the poverty line. And when they go to school and they see that little Timmy got a PlayStation 5 from Santa... and they got brand new socks, it makes them say, what did I do wrong? Okay? No. And this is one of the reasons why I'm not a big gift person. My daughter gets spoiled with gifts year round. She doesn't need to have a specific designated time of year to get gifts. But it breaks my heart to see kids out there thinking that it's their fault that Santa didn't give them what Santa gave someone else. So please be mindful. Don't make those big ticket items come from Santa. Make them come from Mom and Dad. Make the kid appreciate...
You guys are the ones that made it happen.
Right, and make them appreciate that. But that's my big...
My biggest thing when I was told Santa wasn't real was, am I going to get less presents?
Yeah, I think that's a lot of people's...
Like, that's what's upset me. And my mom was just like, no, it's just going to be from us, and I'm
instead,
like, oh,
yeah,
well, whatever.
And I think that's probably a really good place for us to get out of here. If you guys are watching us through the playlist, it'll autoplay into Laura's video after ours. Make sure you stay and watch the video of the lights from the tally, as Briar calls them. From our family to yours, we wish everybody out there a happy and healthy New Year and happy holidays, and we'll see you guys next time. Make sure that you guys like, subscribe, comment, do all the things. Dang. If you guys like this video, make sure to give it 2 thumbs up. One real life, one virtual. I don't upload on a schedule, but we're going to get out of here. We love you guys. Happy holidays.
Bye.